Shall we talk about some of the utter BS that's floating around, like the return of Bojo the Clown? Shall we talk about Rich Boy, who I told you months ago that he'd lined up a job in California. Turns out that his house in California is worth $7.2 million. $7.2 million in California. What on earth does he want to be in Richmond, North Yorkshire for? It's like in this country, it's just identity politics. It's, Sir Keir Starmer. Is he scaring you yet? We're not far away. And Rich Boy. And then there's nobody else. There's literally nobody else in politics. There's no Greens. There's no Lib Dems. There's no Farage or Reform. It's only that's why they started the debates. It wasn't a mass debate. It was just the two of them. So this new poll for the Telegraph, it's predicting 75% of the cabinet will be voted out. Hurrah! Oh, I wonder if Hitchcock's going. The birds. So 75% of the cabinet are going to be voted out. The Lib Dems are behind the Tories on 50 seats. So it's the Lib Dems on 50. The Tories on 53. Labour is predicted to bag 516 seats. There's only 650 in the whole bloody parliament. They're going to have a majority of 392. This is the latest poll in the Tory graph. The Labour predicted 516 seats with a majority of 392. Reform are predicted to get 0 seats. I'm going to tackle that in a second because it is the Tory graph that's publishing this. And the SNP are going to go down to 8 MPs. We don't give a flying about the SNP. We don't give a flying about Jimmy Cranky. We don't give a flying... Well, we do give a flying about whether the police are going to find out what's happened with her husband. Can't go any further because it's an active case. But Labour, as I said with identity politics, it's only about Sir Keir. Yes, Sir Keir. Is he scaring you yet? So I would suggest that the clowns have forgotten they're supposed to be funny, and they're not. They're just lying through their back teeth or their £1,000 veneers. They do say revenge is a dish best served cold. So I'm going to... I wanted to give you that poll because I wanted to give you the compare and contrast between the pollsters. They haven't got a clue. The people that I'm speaking to on the ground, these are the people that have no reason to lie. These are the people that are not talking to the pollsters because, like it has happened in the past, where people have gone, oh, yeah, I'm going to vote Labour, and then they vote Tory. Oh, yeah, I'm going to vote Tory, and then they vote Reform. And the pollsters go, tick, oh, I say, it's going to be a 392-seat majority for the Labour Party. And then another poll, which I'm going to tell you about in just a moment, reveals exactly the opposite. But as I say, the clowns have forgotten they're supposed to be funny, especially Bojo the Clown. Bojo's not coming back till the 3rd of July. So there's Bojo possibly pulling the crowds, where disappearing Sunak looks even tinier. They're all midgets. They're all tiny. But I think that Sunak's been put in there to actually do this particular job on purpose, so that the red colour will have 2 terms, which will get us past Agenda 21 and get us past Agenda 2030. So we become part of the Stalinist EU cabal and the Westminster cabal, and there's no turning back once we get that far. But anyway, let me tell you that the political classes are in meltdown because they are a bit plastic and obviously somebody sat them too near to the fire. But Nigel Farage is on course to win the Clacton by-election with the biggest swing in modern electoral history, a new poll has suggested. Can you see how they write this guff? A Survation poll commissioned by Aaron Banks, a former UKIP donor, suggested Farage will win the Clacton by-election with 42% of the vote. The Tories on 27 and Labour on 24. So it's Farage and Reform that'll get in. But the Tory graph, obviously they want to look after their lads. The Telegraph have said, no, Reform is predicted to get 0 seats. I mean, what do they do? Well, let's just stick a finger in the air. But this is Survation said the scale of the projected swing, I'd like a politician to be a swinger. Survation said the scale of the projected swing from the Tories to reform would be extremely rare and unprecedented in modern electoral history. So who can you believe? One pollsters that say, oh, no, reform's not going to get anything. And another one saying, core blimey, he's pulled it out of the bag. And the election